Hello everyone. So today we are discussing about the concept of quadratic equation. This concept is used for the every chapter of the mathematics. This is the basics of mathematics. So for understanding of quadratic equation, first of all we discuss about the quadratic function. So general quadratic function is defined as y is equal to ax square plus bx plus c. So the degree of quadratic should be 2. That means coefficient of x square not equal to 0. That is a does not equal to 0 where a, b, c belongs to any rational number or real number. If we solve these equations or this function, so that can be written as y is equal to, if we common a, then that equation will become x square plus b upon a into x plus cy. इसके बाद हमने क्या पढ़ा है? हमने क्वाड्रेटिक इक्वेशन में पढ़ा होगा परफेक्ट स्क्वायरिंग मेथड. हाउ टू मेक द परफेक्ट स्क्वायर ऑफ एनी क्वाड्रेटिक? We add and subtract the coefficient of half of square of coefficient of x. That will become y is equal to a bracket of x square plus b upon a into x. If we add the half of square of coefficient of x, that is we add b upon 2a whole square and subtract also b upon 2a whole square plus cy. If we assume that this is a square and this is b square, then definitely this will become 2ab. So the inequality is a square plus b square plus 2ab will become a plus b whole square. From this expression we can write this function like x plus this will become b, that is b upon 2a whole square, and remaining part we solve like c plus c upon a. This will become minus square of b is b square and square of 2a is 4a square. If we take the LCM of in two terms, then y will become a bracket of x plus b upon 2a whole square plus 4a square is the LCM, then that will become 4ac minus b square. Okay, so the function y is equal to a bracket of x plus b upon 2a whole square. In the quadratic equation, a concept is described as the discriminant. So discriminant is d, which is used to find the nature of roots. So discriminant is defined as b square minus 4ac. So if we take the minus sign from this term common, so that will become minus of b square minus 4ac, upon 2a, upon 4a square. So b square minus 4ac is the discriminant, that is d. So y will become a bracket of x plus b upon 2a whole square minus d upon 4a whole square. If we multiply it by a inside this equation, then y is equal to a bracket of x plus b upon 2a whole square minus d. ये 4a स्क्वायर में से एक a इससे कैंसिल आउट करके ये माइनस डी अपॉन 4a बचेगा. ये नेगेटिव क्वांटिटी उस तरफ जाएगा, पॉजिटिव हो जाएगा, तो ये हो जाएगा y प्लस d अपॉन 4a इक्वल टू a ब्रैकेट ऑफ x प्लस b अपॉन 2a होल स्क्वायर. इफ वी कंपेयर y प्लस d अपॉन 2a, y प्लस d अपॉन 4a is capital Y is equal to a is any constant and x plus b upon 2a is capital X, then that equation is then that expression which will represent the parabolic equation. So if any function is defined in two variable x and y, and any variable having the power 1 and second variable having power 2, then that equation will represent the parabola. So graph of quadratic function will always be a parabola, and the parabola is symmetric is that axis on which the power is linear. So in this equation linear power is in y, hence the parabola will be the symmetric about y-axis. So how to draw the graph of this equation? Like y square is equal to a into x square. So y power 1 is equal to a into x square. So the graph of this quadratic will become parabola, and the graph of parabola is like this. So this parabola is symmetric about the y-axis. This is capital Y and this is capital S. In this graph, the vertex of parabola is 0, 0. So the value of capital X is 0 and capital Y is 0. So value of, for the vertex of parabola, for vertex of parabola capital X equal to 0 and capital Y is equal to 0. Value of capital X from the previous equation, like X plus B upon 2A. So X plus B upon 2A will become 0. From this equation we can find the value of X is equal to minus B upon 2A. So this will be the actual X coordinate of vertex of parabola. And from Y is equal to 0, the capital Y value is Y. From the previous equation we could put the value of capital Y, that is Y plus D upon 4A. So Y plus D upon 4A will be equal to 0. From this we can find the value of Y is minus D upon 4A. D upon 4A. So from X and Y coordinate we find the actual coordinate of vertex of parabola. Like vertex of parabola is V, then X comma Y will become the vertex is like minus B upon 2A comma minus D upon 4A. So this will be the actual vertex of quadratic function or parabola. We can find the value of A, B, C and D from the standard equation like ax square plus bx plus c. So y is equal to ax square plus bx plus c is the quadratic function where a is the coefficient of x square, b is the coefficient of x and c is the constant sum. So from this function we can find the value of ABC and find the value of x coordinate of vertex as well as y coordinate of vertex, because discriminant is represented in the form of ABC, that is b square minus 4ac. From ABC we can also find the discriminant. So this is the quadratic function and this is the talking about the vertex of parabola. How to find the quadratic equation? If the function will become 0 or any constant, then quadratic function will become quadratic equation, like y is equal to ax square plus bx plus c is a quadratic function. But if we equate this function equal to 0, that is ax square plus bx plus c, then that function will become the quadratic equation. So equation have the solutions. So if we see the degree of this equation is 2, so degree is equal to 2, and we know that the degree is equal to number of solutions. So number of solution is also becomes 2. Number of solution is also becomes 2. This solution is also called the roots of solution or roots of quadratic equation. So there are two roots of quadratic equation or two solutions. First root is x is equal to alpha and second root is called the x is equal to beta. So in factor form, this quadratic function or equation having the two factor, first one is x minus alpha and second one is x minus beta. So this equation can also be written as ax square plus bx plus c and having two factor like x minus alpha and x minus beta. Since the coefficient of x square should be same, here the coefficient of x square is a, so we have to multiply any constant by a. If we compare both of them, so that will become a